still smells like your cologne. The ashtray's full but I'm alone. Your cup's still warm in every dream. Your voice still lives in between. I didn't cry, I poured the wine. Let silence fill the crooked line, and played your song, the slow one too, the one that sounded most like you. I touched the mic but didn't sing, just let the notes do everything. The room still danced like you were near, but I knew better, you weren't here. I left the light on anyway, in case your ghost forgot the way, in case your key still knew the door, in case I wasn't sure before I wore the dress you liked in red, and sat where your old records bled. I didn't move, I didn't pray, I just left the light on anyway. The curtain swayed but not from breeze, the air held tight like memories. I heard your laugh in trumpet tone, but couldn't find it on my phone. Your jacket still hangs by the door, a silhouette I don't ignore. The band kept time but out of key, just like your last goodbye to me. You don't have to come back, I know, but I still leave the glow. I left the light on anyway, like maybe jazz could make you stay, like maybe silence isn't proof of everything I never knew. And when they ask if you'll return, I smile and let the candles burn. Some goodbyes don't know what to say, so they leave the light on anyway. The glass is warm, the room is still, and the light just waits. I've been loud, I've been small, but this time I'm just here. Used to mold my voice to fit tight rooms that never held the grit. Tune my chords to smaller scales, let softer winds erase my trails. But jazz don't ask me to compress, it just invites what I possess. So now I hum, not to persuade, just to exist, unafraid. Ooh, there's power in the softer choice, and now I've found room for my voice. Room for my voice, not too much, not thin, not I've tried to echo what they crave, but silence taught me how to save the notes that live in lower light, the kind that bloom beyond the fight. I'm not a force, I'm not a flame, I'm just a voice that kept its name. For my voice, no gloss, no glare, just rhythm slow and open air. No need to lean, no need to climb. I found the note that matched my time. I'm not less, I'm not a choice, I'm simply here with room for my voice. And that's all I ever needed. No need to ask, the room already knows. I walked in without a word, didn't dress the pain, didn't need it hurt, didn't tune my voice for show, just let the hush begin to grow. I don't need eyes to find my place, I've worn this stillness like old lace. The chords were set before I spoke, and every note already woke. Ooh, not every song begins out loud. Some rise slow and leave you proud. The room already knows, no need to play it bold. The jazz don't ask for proof, it listens soft and old. No need to break, no need to bloom. The song's already known. I just breathe and it bestows, because I know the room already knows. The floor remembers every shoe that tiptoed out or passed right through. But here I am, no grand acclaim, just me, the hush, and none to name. I don't pretend to be profound, I just let air become my sound. Sometimes your loudest truth is when you never have to say. The room already knows, it heard me long ago. In every breath I didn't claim, in every pause I let remain. No need to rise, no need to pose, no script to give, the room already knows. I just hum and time slows, because I know the room already knows. And finally, so do I. She didn't slam the door, she just vanished. just let it lower carefully. She made the silence taste like wine and left her name beneath my spine. She didn't cry, she didn't plead, she just became the thing I need. A perfume note, a breath held back, a saxophone in shades of black. And now the room still smells like her, like smoke, like sin, like something blurred. I try to clean, I try to mend, but jazz repeats, it never ends. It's the smell of her silence that keeps me here, not her voice, not her touch, not her name in my ear. She's gone, I know, but the echo plays and I breathe her in for days and days. I open windows, I let light in, but just don't leave where she has been. I heard her in a trumpet phrase at 3 a.m. on static haze. She used to hum beneath her breath. Now that's the only thing that's left. The mic still holds her lipstick stain, a signature in cherry paint. She sang so soft I leaned to hear, and now her silence floods my ear. She never said goodbye, she just stopped. It's the smell of her silence that clings to me in every note, in minor key. It's not the song she chose to sing, but the stillness left in everything. She left no note, she left no sound, but I still hear what isn't found. She's not a ghost, she's worse. She's jazz. I used to ask for more, now I just let it be. There was a time I burned too fast, chased the spark that couldn't last, lit every room to feel alive, then watched the light refuse to thrive. But jazz don't ask you to be flame, it sings in shadows just the same. And now I sit where hush is deep and let this evening rock me to sleep. Ooh, I used to crave what couldn't feed, but now I've found all the light I need. All the light I need is right here on my skin. The lamp, the hush, the glass I hold, the space I settle in. No firestorm, no chandelier, just breath and bass and being here. I don't demand, I don't concede, I just exist with all the light I need. No spotlight hanging from the sky, no one left to wonder why. I'm not the girl who begged the flame, I'm just the one who stayed the same, who learned to hum without applause, who found the truth in inside the pause. Isn't bright, it's steady, and I am finally too. All the light I need is in this quiet room, in trumpet size and barefoot tunes, in notes that fall but don't collapse, in every breath that just relaxes. I'm not a spark, I'm not a plea, I'm just enough for all of me. No chasing sun, no hunger freed, I already have all the light I need. And the dark isn't dark at all. I wasn't born in jazz, I broke into it. First time I sang, the mic was cracked, the spotlight flickered, the stage leaned back. The club was half full, the gin was flat, but jazz, it didn't care about that. I didn't know keys, I didn't fake soul, I just opened my mouth and gave it control. And somewhere in the saxophone's moan, I heard a voice that wasn't my own. Just watched me fall apart, note by note, line by heart. The first note that broke me wasn't sharp or loud, just a sigh in D minor, too soft for the crowd. But I felt it snap, felt it flood like music cracked beneath my blood, and I knew right there, this ain't pretend, this voice would never be mine again. I sang with teeth, with shadow grace, learned to bleed without a face. I wore my grief like satin skin and let the rhythm pull me in. The notes don't heal, they never try, they hold your truth and make it cry. That night, jazz didn't save me, it just told me I was already gone and handed me the mic. The first note that broke me still echoes now in every room, in every vow. It's not the highest, not the clean, it's the one that splits the in-between. I never left that night, you know, I've just been singing soft and low since the first note let me go. And I keep singing to remember who I was before. I used to stretch so far, I forgot where I began. I've reached for love like it was proof, held out my hands and called that truth. I bent my voice to fit their tone, sang every line but not my own. But jazz don't need a chase or plea, it comes to those who let it be. And now I sit without a score and realize I don't reach anymore. Ooh, not needing is the purest kind of melody the heart can find. I don't reach anymore, I don't beg the song to stay, I don't chase the final note or bend the chords my way. The music comes, it moves, it goes, but what remains is what I chose. No need to climb, no need implore, I breathe, I sing, I don't reach anymore. I used to fill the silent gaps with words too loud and touch that claps, but silence taught me how to hear the kind of truth that stands right near. No longer stretching out my hands, I let what comes make softer plans. When you stop reaching, you start receiving. I don't reach anymore, and yet I hold so much. A glance, a chord, a breath, a touch. The ache is gone, the grasp is still, and all that's left is what is real. I'm not unheard, I'm just the floor where music lands. I don't reach anymore, and somehow that's when it reached me. I've called myself a lot of things, but I still call me mine. I've worn names like dresses, some too tight, some too torn. Let lovers write my lyrics, let strangers crown me worn. I sang what they expected, I curved where I should bend. quiet, I found me in the end. Ooh, I fade in the rotary, but I still know the shape of me. I still call me mine, even when I'm not enough, even when the notes go flat and the mirror calls my bluff. I still light my stage, even when the room won't cheer. Still whisper truth in minor keys that only I can hear. It's not perfection, it's not clean, but it's the strongest I have been, and I still call me mine. The smoke, the song, the sway, the femme fatale who danced away, but none of them stayed long enough to learn the girl beneath the bluff. She doesn't sing to be adored, she sings to feel what's been ignored. She sings because the silence grew too loud, too old, too sharp, too true. I'm not the myth they paid to see, I'm just the voice that carried me. I still call me mine in the quiet, in the storm, when the notes don't fall in place, but I show up just as warm. No curtain drawn, no bows to fake, just me alive and wide awake. I don't need gold or final lines to prove this body still is mine. And that is worth the song. The song was over, but I wasn't. The chairs were stacked, the lights were low. The last slow tune had let me go. The horn was hushed, the drummer gone, but something in me still held on. I whispered notes to no one there, just shadows settling in air. Ooh, I sang too soft to make a sound, but loud enough to stay around. After the music slept, still swayed to melodies that never played. They thought the show had reached its end, but jazz don't break, it only bends. The band went home, the bar went black, but I could hear the echoes back. Not in applause or in the brass, but in the breath the music passed. After the music slept, I stayed behind with one last verse still in my mind. No mic, no light, no keys to play, just one soft note I couldn't say. So if you feel a hum tonight, it might be me still holding tight. No fame, no flame, just me and breath, still singing after music's dead. The music's left, but I still. If you ever hear this, it means I didn't stop singing. I left no note, no key, no chord, just silence you never explored. I sang for rooms you never knew, lit candles no one burned through. I wore the dress I saved for rain. I kissed the mic to mute the pain, but not a soul could hear the break. In every breath I didn't fake. Survives passed on. No, it's the song I couldn't pawn. If you ever hear this, don't rewind. Just sit in stillness, let it unwind. I don't need answers, I don't need time, I just need you to know this was mine. Not the applause, not the flame, but the whisper beneath my name. I saved one note I never sang, the one to bear, the one that rang when lights went off and heels came down, and I stopped trying. If you ever hear this, let it stay. Don't tell the world, don't press replay. Just close your eyes and hold the line between the song and what was mine. This isn't jazz, it isn't show, it's everything. I'll never know. If you ever hear this, I meant it. It was always there, I just never stopped to look. The lamp's been flickering for days, but tonight it feels like part of the phrase. The wine is warm, the glass is thin, and suddenly I feel the skin of every hour I never saw. Just trying to run before I crawl. Ooh, the world didn't change or bend, but I did. Now that I look again, now that I'm looking, the silence has sound. The space I escape feels like solid ground. The mirror reflects but doesn't decide, and just don't chase, it just abides. I miss the stillness I used to doubt, but now that I'm looking, it all stands out. The breeze that found the curtain seam, the hum inside a static dream, the way the sax don't beg to stay, but leaves its truth and walks away. I used to think I had to name each feeling that I tried to tame. Turns out the moment was never waiting, I was. Now that I'm looking, the light feels right, the wrong still hum, but not as fight. They're just the lines that got me here, and just like time can disappear, I don't need meaning, I don't need doubt, just the way it feels. Now that I'm looking out, and maybe that's all I ever needed to see. I tried loud, I tried I chased the spark, lit every room, then missed the dark. I filled the air with songs and flame, but still the silence spoke my name. Now all that shimmer fades away, and what remains is soft and gray. But oh, how sweet this slow invite that draws me back to the quiet tonight. Ooh, it's not defeat, it's not goodbye, it's just the hush I used to deny. Back to the quiet, where the music breathes, where the room don't rush and the soul just leaves. Its noise behind, its sharp disguise, and meets itself with open eyes. No more pretending, no more riot, just me returning back to the quiet. No spotlight here, no stage to keep, just velvet shadows curled in sleep. I don't perform, I don't pursue, I let the dust come into view, and jazz, that gentle, honest friend, just plays the parts that never end. Back to the quiet, where my breath feels whole, where the note don't ask to play a role. Where touch is light and truth is near, and nothing loud disturbs me here. I'm not erased, I'm not on trial, I'm just arriving back to the quiet.
Not every part of me left,
Lately, I've walked out of rooms I once called home, left mirrors cracked to heal alone. I've loved like jazz, all wrong and wild, then hid behind my silent smile. But something deep refused to fade, a quiet light, the part that stayed. Ooh, I didn't save all that I was, but I kept enough to sing, because the part of me that stayed still dances slow, still hums the tune I used to know. It holds the mic when I'm afraid and sings in keys I thought decayed. Not the strongest, not the loud, just the part that's not allowed to quit or fold or look away. The part of me that still stayed. I left behind so many names, performed my grief in gold-lit frames, but underneath the smoke and red, I kept a breath I hadn't said, and now it blooms in minor chords, in softer words and open doors. I thought I had to be a myth, but I was always just enough. The part of me that stayed wasn't loud or clean, it just kept time behind the scene. It stayed through loss, through wrong and right. It kept me warm most every night. So if I sing and you hear grace, know where it lives in this small place. No spotlight here, no notes to save, just the part of me that stayed. And that's enough, it always was. There's a language we only speak when no one's watching. I lit the candle, not for light, just for the way it breaks the night. The coffee's cold, but still it stays, like certain dreams and halfway praise. I don't need songs that rise and fall, I just need space to feel it all. And jazz don't rush or rearrange, it lets the moment make its change. Ooh, not every word needs air to mean. Some truths just sit soft and unseen. I don't have to say it, you already know. The hush between us tells it slow. The way I pour, the way I wait, the way I never block the gate. There's more in stillness than in display. I don't have to say it, but I stay. We've said too much in other lives, in louder days and sharper dives. But this right here, this space, this calm is more than thunder, more than song. I'm not a whisper, not a plea, I'm just the tone of letting be. You hear me even when I don't speak, especially then. I don't have to say it, no curtain call, no scripted end, no rise, no fall, just this moment, breathing through a kind of silence made for two. I won't explain, I won't portray, but if you're here, you heard me anyway. And that is everything I meant. They all asked what came before, but I only started at the end. The final show, the closing scene, the lights went out, but I stayed clean. No curtain call, no second round, just silence pressed into sound. I used to need a script to breathe, now jazz just flows when I believe. Not in the past, not in regret, but in the chords I won't forget. Ooh, beginnings bloom where endings fall. You lose the fear, you lose it all. I'm beginning at the end, where nothing needs to bend, where I don't chase applause, just sing because I can. I don't rehearse my name, I don't rewind the pain. I let it play and find my way. This isn't new, but it is mine. I'm not healed, but I'm aligned, and every note I now suspend is part of me, beginning at the end. The girl I was sang not to feel. Now every sound just helps me heal. I let the mic feel all I am. No metaphor, no sleight of hand. I laugh in time, I breathe in bass. I let the space redraw my face. Not every comeback needs a storm. Sometimes it just needs stillness. I'm beginning at the end, no spotlight to defend, no mirror to convince, no crowd to re-pretend. This is my truest key, the one that sings just me. Not polished gold, but something whole. So if you find me in this bend, just know I'm not broken. I'm just beginning at the end, and the song plays on, but I won't